Okay, hopefully I'm recording. This is my first e-design and I've just got Marjorie who's come in. So let's go.
Hi, Adam. Can you see us?
Hey Marjorie, how you doing? I
Hello,
can't see. Oh yes,
hi.
I
How are
can.
you? Oh, great, fantastic. We're just Miles is just a little bit late of trying to get stuff
Oh,
organized.
that's all right. No problem. All good. Um,
I got your message yesterday about the measurement. We can't find the measuring tape, so I'll have to get someone to come in next door who's is a friend of mine who's doing next door and get him to measure everything up and send it to you today. Is that okay?
oh, that's fine. You know what? I've done it anyway because it's
Oh,
not going
okay.
to be a huge, it's really not going to be a huge deal.
Okay.
Because there's very little in there that we're going to really change with furniture and that sort of thing. So,
Well, we've cleaned it up a little bit. Do you want to see?
Sure. When can I go live?
When do you want to go live?
I can go live now.
Hang on a minute. Let me show you the room. Hang on. Is it this way?
Yeah, you're good. You're on vertical.
So we've cleaned it up a little bit.
Oh, you've changed it around already.
Well, no, yeah, the chairs. She wants a table. I was trying to figure out where to put the table at the moment. So I don't know if that was because she said that she liked on this spot because then she can see her view.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I've kind of had an idea with that. Just bear with me for a second.
That's why I was gonna. So that she just did that on the weekend. So
Very good. Copy.
rather than having it in that corner, because then it's not really. There's no view. So I'm gonna get. She's got a small trestle table at the moment because there's no. I haven't actually chose one out for her. So.
Well, that's what we're doing now. So you guys are going to kind of be my. I don't want to say the words guinea pigs.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We like
No,
to be
but
guinea pigs.
this is a remote design plan, so you guys are going to be the first ones to kind of experience it. And
Sure. Oh, it sounds fantastic. I'm just going to find Maya. Maya, hurry up.
so what I'm going to do, Marjorie, I'm just going to see if I can connect to Facebook.
Okay.
It's just kind of stalled, so while we're waiting, but it's all good. Looks like I'm good to go. Paste.
Say hello to Adam.
Hi, Adam.
Hey, can I go live, guys? No pressure.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, here we go. I'll leave it over. That's fine.
Mum, Rocky's at the door. Just wait.
Okay, guys, I think we're live to Facebook.
Great.
So I hope everyone's ready for video.
We are, Maya.
Yeah.
We're really excited.
Okay.
See what
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Well, I didn't do any sort of promo or anything on Facebook. So, because I thought, well, should we be going live here or, should we just keep it to ourselves? But I thought, oh, why not? So I just want to thank you guys. Just to give this a bit of framework, Rocky in the back. What's Doggy's name?
Rocky. His name is Rocky.
Oh, Rocky. Hey, Rocky. How you doing? How you doing, Rocky? So just to give you guys a bit of a framework, I've been working on a virtual design service, which is calling Designer Space at Your Own Pace. So it pretty much means that. It means that you guys can take this plan and you could pretty much do it whenever you want, how you want to do it at your own time. But at least you've got an idea about how to kind of move forward, and you can take the ideas, you can take some of the ideas. I hope you'll take all the ideas.
Sure.
But hopefully it'll be something a little bit unexpected, even though we're doing Maya's bedroom. So we should probably, or I should probably do a bit of an intro about what this is all about. So very recently I did a post, I think it was on, it was Mossman Living, wasn't it, Marjorie?
It was.
Yeah, Mossman Living.
So you caught my eye because we were actually thinking of doing it, but given the circumstances, it's hard to go around and shop and things like that. So it was. It's just the right time.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So I thought to myself, it's a great time to do this. And so what this is really, I have got some basic information from you guys. You guys have given me a floor plan. We've already done a catch up on video and we've worked out what you guys have got there to use. So what I've done is I've really, I've created a bit of it, hopefully an exciting scheme for you that you can use as we talked about. So we're just going to go live. I'm going to present this to you. Hopefully you find it really helpful. And guys, you know, offline, if you want to change a couple of things, it's no problem. So this is all a bit of a test live on Facebook. So why not?
No, it's good. We're really super excited. I mean, any ideas that, you know, that you can give us would be fantastic.
Okay, guys.
Sure. Ready?
How you going, Maya? Haven't really spoke to you yet. How you doing?
Good.
Are you excited?
A bit, yeah.
A bit?
Come on.
Okay, fine, I'm excited.
A bit excited. Okay, guys, let's go for it. So I'm just going to share my screen.
Yeah.
Which is my PowerPoint. Share. And then I'm going to play this like a slideshow. Can you guys see that?
Yes, we can. I'll just turn the phone. I'll see if I can turn the phone
Rocky!
on. No? Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
What do you guys see? What do you see?
We see my bedroom design.
Okay, cool. With the
Design space at your own. Does it say space?
Yeah, design a space at your own pace.
Your own pace,
yeah.
yes.
Okay, guys, as long as you can see this clearly, that's all we want to do. So I'm just going to take you through. So this is your brief. This is your index, which includes your brief in there. So this, guys, is you can actually print this document. So if you're wondering what all this is is actually a document that you can print. So you could go to Officeworks, you could get them to print it. They could do a plastic cover with a black back. And you can basically use this, if you do that, as a guide, because there's notes and things in the back where you can write. So there's pages where you can add notes and different things. Sure. It's like a reference guide. So we've got an index there with scope of work.
Wow.
This is your welcome. So this is little old me sitting there, touched up, ready for the camera. But what I'm basically saying to you, Mike, because this is your bedroom, is that, you know, these are all ideas for you. You can work with mum on them if hopefully you like the ideas. And, you know, in the real world with, well, this is the real world too, but so you guys can ask me any questions for 30 days. You can send me an email, jump on a Zoom call if you have questions. So that's all that is. Happy decorating to you. We had a brief. We took a brief. You want to keep, so guys, forgive me if I've missed anything out here, but we wanted to keep a desk in the bedroom, which you guys have in there already to do the schoolwork in. Utilize your existing bed, of course, which is a Super King. Am I right? It's a Super King bed.
That's right.
You've got some great stuff in there. So we've just added in here, but you've got great window treatments that are in great order. You know, they look really fabulous. You've got high ceilings, which is great. You want to keep existing occasional chairs in the room. So you guys have moved those around, I think over the weekend, but I'll just show you what I thought you could do with those, and then how you can take them out if you don't want to keep them in there. It's basically to give you a plan to work from. As you said, Marjorie, you know, just give us some ideas to sort of kick off, which is the hardest part sometimes. Happy to get rid of that single bed. So I am going to share a couple of before shots where you had the single bed in there, just to show what it was like before and how things can change. You like the idea of some picture frames, so I've added those in, but also you want to be able to change them up and put your friends' pictures or pictures of your family, whatever in there over time. So that's what I got from our brief. Maya, you did say you love check sort of prints. Well, actually, you sent me a picture of a blue and white check, which is really the inspiration for this whole design. You'll see it in a minute. Zigzags and polka dots. So I've tried to consider that where I can and not take mum's breath away with a crazy design. So blue and white's the color palette, just a hint of pink. I think we need some pink in here because if it was just all blue and white, I think it would look a little bit, I think possibly too sort of masculine. So I just wanted to balance that out. You guys have got a bit of pink in there at the moment, so that's good. Your tier is good. So I have a tier system, which is based on budget. So you want to have quality, but you know, you want to be economical. It's a bedroom. You've got furniture. So you've got some DIY to do within the budget. Your investment investment amount, Marjorie, was $2,000 that you said originally. So we'll kick off from there. That's a bit of an overview. This is I just called this a fun and fabulous bedroom. So you can see the blues in there. This is like a mood board, guys. So you can see we've got some bedding in there with check print. every room really needs some greenery. So we've got some plants I'm going to show you in there that won't die. You've got some
Good.
crisp white bedding and just some other little things in there that will make this still feel feminine. But I think, Maya, you're probably one of these people that's going to be very structured and focused just on the type of information you've given me. I think, you know, I don't know whether you are at the moment, later on in life, I think you're going to be a very structured person because you love all these very organised geometric things. So that just popped out of there. I don't know whether that's true or not.
Thank you.
Anyway.
No, she is. She's very neat, actually.
It seems like that. This is great, yeah. And the room was grown up too. It's a grown up room at this point. So I just wanted to make it a little bit... just trying to get me back on here, guys. Sorry, I can see that it's only you guys on the screen. There I go.
Oh.
There I am back again. Okay, so this is our mood board with a couple of images. Let's kick on. This is before. So when I met you guys, I've got elevation 1 and elevation 2 because the main changes in the room are what I'll call elevation 1, which is where the bed is, that bed wall. So you know when you refer back to elevation 1, I'm talking about the wall with the bed on it. And then elevation 2 is the one at the moment, well, changed now again, but you had a single bed in there. You got some, I don't even know what those things are, guys, kids stuff. You've got one desk in there, which I've kept. Just approximated the size. So that's the before. This is the floor plan. So Marjorie, what you had in there previously was those 2 occasional chairs sitting near the window. Now, I was thinking if you absolutely needed to keep those in the room or wanted to keep them in the room, I didn't mind them. They seem quite large, but I didn't mind them really near the window. As you were saying before, you get great natural light there. So there's 2 options I've given you though. So this is option 1 for the floor plan. So this is just imagine that you hadn't done those changes over the weekend and you put these occasional chairs back where they were. The only thing I would probably change is you've got a couple of rugs there that are or were overlapping in the pictures. You could put a little 120 or 150 area rug around one, and I've given you an example of that you could put with those 2 chairs there. And then you could change that little table. You've got a square table, or you had a square table there that was covered in like a pink covering. You could change that to something else, and I'll show you. I then just, guys, really had the desk over here. So just get rid of everything around there, put the desk there. You can have 2 chairs either side and put some plants in here just end to end. And that was about it. The bed, I don't think it's better to go anywhere else with the bed. If you put the bed over where the table is, as you come through the door, you're going to construct... You know, it blocks the flow, and you want to get through to the wardrobes because there's wardrobes in here. People don't know this, but there's wardrobes in there, and you go through to another playroom. So not a lot of changes there. You can see there's some bedside lamps there, and I've got these 3 little indicators here are ceiling. So what I'm suggesting is that if you wanted to do this, you could put in some sort of pendant lights in the ceiling around the middle of the room because it's such a huge room. You've got this big room and you've got really high ceilings at 3 meters or above. So the room needs some grandeur. So the thing that's missing at the moment is it's sort of flat. It's a great room. I would have loved to have this room as a 10-year-old kid, but it needs a bit of zhuzh. So that's one floor plan. Second one, guys, is bed always stays here. We've got bedside tables, added some lamps, but you could have a day bed here, and I've given you an option for that if you want to explore that. And that little rug, I've just moved it over here, the rug that I've specified for you, which is just a plain grey rug and a day bed. So you could have day bed there, and then you guys already did this weekend. You put the table over there. So if you got rid of the 2 chairs altogether, you could have the table here with the natural light. Maya, you can do the schoolwork there, and you've got a couple of chairs there, and that's it. And then you've got your window treatments around there. If you did move the chairs away altogether and just have the desk, these window treatments are not going to be bunched up against each other because you've got furniture that's pushed up against them as well. So it just helps it feel light and airy. The other great thing is you've got floorboards, which is amazing. And plants are always better on a hard surface than putting them in. Don't put them in with carpet. Plants on carpet, it just doesn't look good. So let's move forward and get into the prettiest stuff. So that's really the basis of how you can work this room. This is an example of elevation 1. So this is where your bed is at the moment, Maya. So my job here is to really, you guys there? Have I lost you? I've lost you. Let's bring you back on. We're live on Facebook. Let's connect Marjorie again.
So, yeah, sorry about that.
Hey guys.
We
You
just
back?
someone was calling in, and then I accidentally hang up on them, but it picked up. So sorry about that, Adam.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, we can see the screen and what it looks like for the bedroom, for the bed.
Yeah. So what I've done, guys, is I've just gone all out here to make it look a bit different, because I thought you got all these walls and you really need to do something interesting with them. So when you look at this picture here, this is where the bed is currently. Now this is an option for you. So what you could do with these walls, because they're quite vast, is you could actually paint them out. So what I've done here is suggested that you do blue and white paint, and you really add some architectural detail in the room by using paint. So what I've got here is the bed, and then I've chosen a blue and a white for you guys from Dulux. But this is one idea. You could do these stripes about 60 centimeters wide each. But what you really want to do is create kind of these sections here, especially over the bed, where you have a white strip where you can put in some artwork, and it's like a gallery type effect, and it actually kind of allows the artwork to sit and be framed in these strips. So this is quite different. I like to go a little bit further with some of the paint work, because otherwise in a big room like this, you could paint it all blue, you can paint it all white, but it's never going to really look anything wow unless you do something quite bold with the room. What do you guys think at this point?
What do you like? What do you think?
I really like it.
Yeah. What do you think, Maya?
I really like it.
You really like it? Yeah, that's cool. So all this is meant to be is paint. So I'll tell you the paint colors. Let me just talk about what this is here. Now, we got a budget of $2,000, and even though that kind of might seem a lot for a bedroom, I had to be really specific about what I chose to try and keep the budget down, especially with art. So these frames here are actually IKEA frames. So although we didn't want a whole room of IKEA, these look really good. So these are called ribber frames. They're 50 by 50 centimeters each. And inside you've got they're white. These mats, and what you could do, or Maya, you could do this, is you could get some simple paint from the art shop in pink, and you could pull them out of the back of the frames, and you could literally paint them yourself. Bunnings sell these little rollers, and you can put the paint in there, and it's a little plastic tray, and they're about $3 each. But you could paint the frames pink, because you want to have blue and white, but you need some pink in there. Otherwise, this room's not going to have any punch to it. So that's an idea there. What are these little things inside? They are literally, Maya, again, it's a bit DIY, but what you could do, the reason I've put these crosses and circles in here is because we've got a geometric theme with the bedding. So the geometrics love each other. So circles, this is the polka dot detail, Maya, that you said you liked. But this really could be done, these really rough crosses always look great on a white background with the black. You could do that, Maya, with a paintbrush. You can do a circle in this frame. And because you've got these quite structured picture frames and the mats, you just paint them pink. When you put a picture in the back, a piece of white card, and you've done these simple geometric, you don't need to be an artist to do this. People will not know that you've just had to go on a Saturday morning and this is the outcome. This is one way to do, to be really economical with art and still have an impact. This is the bed head. This is keeping your existing bed head. Now I've added some bedding in there, which is really, I think would be looking great and feeling great. 3 European pillows in the back. Actually, what you guys can do with bedding is normally you have your sleeping pillows. With a king size bed, you could have 2 to 4 of the regular white sleeping pillows, this rectangle ones. They could be sitting on the bed in front of the bed head first. So 1, 2, 3, 4 if you've got 4. Then you put these 3 European pillows in front of them. With a king size bed, you've got quite a bit of space. So 3 euros work on a king or a super king.
Yeah, we've got a super king.
Super king, yep. So with having the standard pillows in the back, when you put the euro in front of it, they're going to sit nice and upright and they're not going to sag down. And then these are just 45 by 45 centimetre square pillows in the front with the polka dot, and then you've got got a bolster cushion, and that together will look really amazing, and it won't be too hard to kind of put together. You won't, if you just follow that guide that I just talked
No,
about.
I'm sure we can do that for sure.
It's a great way to keep the bed.
Yeah.
It still looks fun. It looks young. It doesn't look
You
too
like it?
sophisticated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's
It's
okay. You don't
okay.
like that. You don't like the X and zeros.
It's
Yeah. Well,
fine.
she's gonna do it. It's a project for us to do, and she
Yeah.
does like it. I think you need to wake up a bit.
That's
Staying
okay.
up a little bit later.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's absolutely fine. You know what? These are just suggestions. So if
Yeah.
you like the colorway, Maya, and I think you do because you sent me the blue and white check as your inspiration, and we know you like a little bit of pink in there. You need some pink. But if you can put other things in there, you can put black and white pictures of you and your friends, or you could pick other things that go with the color scheme. It could be a picture of an animal. It could be a picture of whatever.
Yeah.
If
So whatever
you
you
do
like.
go to, you don't need to do the crosses and the
Yeah.
round at all. Have a look at the bedding. I hope you like it. There's some other pillows in the mix as well later on. A nice throw looks good on the bed.
Mhm.
Is it just the art you don't like, Maya? Are there other things about the bedding? Do you like the bedding?
It's okay. It's just a tiny bit colourful, but it's fine.
Oh, it's a bit colourful. What's too colourful about it?
It's got all the colours. Like, I know it's only 3 colours, but like, it's hard to explain. But
Well, you don't like the glitter, or you don't like the X's, or
I don't really like the glitter.
you don't like the glitter. Well, okay.
The other thing
We
too,
can change
guys.
things. We can change things
Yeah.
around. Yeah.
The other thing you can do is you can change the pillows out. If you don't like glitter, you just get something that doesn't have a glittery surface. So
Yeah.
the main thing is too, also have a look at the size of things and the way things have been laid out, because what you can do is change around the colors. Not change around the colors, but you can actually get more muted versions. The other thing that might have you thinking that there's too many colors is it might be because there's really only 3 colors here. Well, there's gray as well, but that's not a real color. But you've only really got blue, white, and pink. So what it could be is that there's too much pattern, and it might feel like it's too much color when it's pattern. So what you can do is, if you like the bedspread, this is the other thing you can do with the walls. If you don't like stripes, because it's a fair bit of work to do the stripes as well. If you don't like stripes all the way up to the ceiling, you can just have one section of white and the rest of the room in blue that allows you to put pictures up as a framed section. Because we're going to add some other stuff in there to take away from just the walls. We've got plants and that sort of thing. So to finish off, and then I think you like the bedspread, Maya? You like the bedspread, so cool. So you know you've got the checker there. That's going to give you some interest. If it's things like the glitter, you can swap those out. Let me know, and I can actually do you another version. If we're specific about what it is, if it's the glitter, then I can send you something else.
That's fine. We can. I think she just needs to have a sit down and really look at it, and just just probably to ask me to what the what she wants to change, and it's a good start because it's definitely what she wanted, the colors, and it'd be a good project for us to change the room around. I mean, that's definitely I like it. It's up to her though, because it's her bedroom.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So
but
have a think about that.
Will you give us all the where we can purchase all the beddings and obviously the frames? Are you going to give us that as well, like later on?
I'm going to show you in a second.
Oh, fantastic.
So guys, have a think about it. I think the stripes would be amazing. I think it would really transform the room. But that is another option. You could have one white stripe that goes around the room and the rest painted in this soft blue. Just another option. Or you could go with it completely. Have a think about it, Maya. Sometimes you have to let these things sort of bubble around a bit.
Yeah, and sit down.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. So this is the other side of the room. So across where you had the bed and you had your toys, you just had that little desk there. This is the before shot. There's nothing on the wall. So this should be relatively straightforward. Again, we've got the stripes on the wall.
Is that done?
Yeah, I really like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
she likes the stripe. That's
Cool.
wonderful. Yeah.
No, I like
Okay.
Oh, you like all of it? Okay, she
Okay.
likes all of it.
So there's not a great deal here. So you like the stripes. So just imagine this is just where you had the bed, the other single bed and your toys and stuff and the desk. So this is this is just meant to be your existing desk. Okay.
Yeah,
and these are these little Louis Ghost chairs. So they're transparent plastic. So these are just kind of a chair you can use just to do your study in. But what I like about these, Maya, is they're just lightweight and you can see through them, and they're pretty cool and funky. So I hope you like those. Again, they're chairs. You could change those out if you don't like the chairs. I'll just continue on to talk about the art. These pieces are a set of 8 frames, and they come like this. So you know exactly how to lay them out. They're not, the one thing I didn't want to give you guys was a whole list of, a whole lot of different frames, and you're thinking, where do these go? How do I sort them out? So these are from Temple and Webster, and they come as they are, but you can actually add in your own pictures. So remember when you said, Maya, that you wanted to change the pictures over time, or Marjorie, you said that?
Yes.
This is the way to do it. So.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, what do you guys like that?
Well, she loves it. Yeah, she loves that. I think because it's got the, contrast and it's a little bit more. I don't know. I think she likes the mature look as well, because I think once she saw the glitter, because she associates, I think, glitter as that's a little bit more, a little bit more babyish, with all the glitter now. She wants to sort of be more sophisticated in her style.
For 10, wow.
I think that's what she's looking at, because as soon as she saw the pillow, she was like going, oh, it's a bit colourful, when she says that. So she did go through a glitter stage. Like, I'm telling you, everything was glitter.
Yeah.
So, and that was when about, but after I think she turned 9, everything sort of changed, and she started muting her colour scheme. Like, she didn't want anything glittery, and I think it's just that age. So, but yeah, no,
how interesting.
Idea is wonderful. And we lived in Dubai as well, so everything was sort of glammed up everywhere. So when we came back to Australia, everything sort of muted and more relaxed, and we sort of went through the, the more the pastel colours, I think, that she really enjoyed. So, but your designs is like that. It gives a bit of a contrast. You got the black and white that pops out. The only thing that we do need a table. I'm not sure where I can purchase that. Is that one particular table? Because at the moment we're using a trestle table, and the other table that was here, it was from IKEA, but it's got all writing all over it. So we actually need to leave that. We have to leave that in the playroom for the moment.
Okay.
So we do need to source out a particular table for her room. I'm sure I can do that. I can pick it up. I'm not sure. I have to measure the room, obviously, to see where it can fit through and where she wants the table at the end. So whether if she wants it near the window or where you have it, so you can see how exactly how you have it on the design.
Yeah, you know what? I would just get. Seriously, would get one from IKEA, Marjorie. I would get a white table. The best place for it would really be. I've got it over where. Thinking that you might keep the occasional chairs where they are, the bigger ones, but you could actually move that in front of the door, and she could, Maya, you could work from there. You could even get a slightly bigger one and you'd be good. But what I've done is I've just imagined you're going to keep, there was one there, but I didn't know it had writing on the top. So they're going to be inexpensive, and for a white table, I wouldn't go and spend a lot on a white table. I would just keep it economical. So that's it there. There's a couple of fake flowers there, fake bushes. So I'll show you. There's links to all this where you can go and buy them online. Everything you see here, you can go and buy it online. Sure. So these are fake. They're not going to die. Doesn't matter how much light you've got in a room. Plants normally die. Well, they do for me. So these are just, they're nice. They're 180 centimetres tall. And either side of the, where we have the chairs and table, at the moment, they would be great. You could also put the daybed there, and I'll get to that in a second. So we'll move forward. Where are we? This is just your colour story. So these are the colours. I've got a Dulux colour called Sky Pilot, and I've got Dulux Natural White. So I won't go through this in great detail because you guys, I'll send you a PDF of this, so you'll get all this anyway. But it tells you, how to paint. I would be painting out these doorways and the frames in the blue, in a low sheen. And I would, if you're going to go with the stripes, then you would alternate between these particular colours from Dulux. So
Okay.
that's telling you what the colours are. Also, I'm taking note of the drapes because they've got sort of a green beige undertone, and this particular colour, natural white, will work well with that. The only other thing I said is just look at the ceiling. So if the ceiling is painted, Marjorie, in ceiling white, which is noticeably quite stark compared to the wall colour, then just leave it. But if you've painted it in a particular Dulux, like a colour that has an undertone, like a creamy undertone, you probably want to paint it the natural white. But by the looks of the photo, it's probably ceiling white. It looks like it's
ceiling. Yeah, it looks like ceiling white.
Okay, and then it just gives you information on the paint, how thick the stripes can be. You might need to modify that, not being in the room, but have a look at the narrative on the size of the stripes. But I'll leave that with you guys.
Okay.
These are some other things. I think in such a big room, there's the idea of putting in some pendant lights in the middle of the room. These are high ceilings, so I've given you two options. They are from IKEA, but they're really cool.
Okay.
They are paper with a wire kind of support at the ends, and you can squish them in so they're smaller, or you can pull them out so they're larger, and they come with these white cords. So to make it really dramatic and impactful, this was an idea to have 3 of them at different drop points from the ceiling. You would need to get an electrician in to do that, but that's an idea for the bedroom. I have got one other pendant light idea in here as well, but I would put something there, guys, because this room is big, ceilings are high, and you've got a whole lot of down lights, and that's it in there. So relatively inexpensive as well. What you could do, if you did have these 2 chairs there, you might even want to change up the square little table for, say, a fluffy ottoman like this. I'll leave that with you, Maya. You might find that a little bit too, I'm not sure if it feels sophisticated enough.
No, she likes fluff. She loves those fluffy fur things. So she still plays with her. Yeah. She's got a fur cushion here that I know she likes to play with, and also her toys.
I'd sit on it, not play.
Oh no, not play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Mum, you're copying it today. You got to say the.
I know.
Sit on it, not play.
I think we've been home too long.
That's it, isn't it? So that's an idea with this one, and then what else have we got here? Now, if you don't have the desk where I had it and the 2 chairs, and you wanted to put in a like a day, this is not a day bed, it's a 2-seater. A 2-seater should sit nice and comfortably there. It is in a pink. There's a couple of other pillows here which I thought looked pretty cool on the sofa. So what you could do in this instance is if you did move the big chairs out, because they're huge chairs, those occasional chairs that are in there at the moment. And even with your new arrangement, I saw, guys, they kind of really do take up all the space, don't they? There's no way to really angle them and have them kind of not as heavy. So you may choose to do where I had the picture frames and the plants. Instead of the desk there, you could have a new piece like that with pillows. You could put the grey rug underneath it. And if you didn't like my idea of the 3 pendants and you did want to put some sort of pendant lighting in the middle of that room, 3-meter ceilings, you got lots of room there, so you could do a substantial pendant. Then here's another option. It's a whitewashed beaded option, which I thought was really cool, from Beacon. And that is a light there. So this takes us over that $2,000 substantially. There's a few $100s in there over that because these are a bit more expensive, but they're ideas anyway. And with this e-design stuff, guys, you can kind of do what you want to do now. You might add lighting in 3 months or 6 months, or you may just do paint and bedding and framing and not do anything with the lighting. So you can kind of just do what you want in terms of what you need to do right now, what you like. Do you like any of those pendant lights, Maya? I'm not yelling into
or the white one from IKEA.
I like the little white ones. I
don't like that one. Yeah.
The first one, the idea that you had from IKEA looks like paper pendant.
Yeah, this one here.
She likes those ones.
I love those ones, and I wouldn't normally get a lot of stuff lighting from IKEA except for bedside lamps, but these look really good when you see them, and they're just dreamy. They feel like clouds to me, and we want to feel relaxed and dreamy in our bedroom. I think doesn't matter what age you are. Yeah. So we've got that there, and then let me jump through. Okay, this is, you know how you were telling me, Marjorie, how do I know where to go? So hopefully this works, but these are links. So this has got Duvet color, gingham check blue, online link, one, and the price.
Fantastic.
So what you do, I hope this works. You just click on this, and then this is taking us to, can we see this? Is that showing?
No, not yet. It's
hang on a second. Stop share. And then if I share screen, I might have to do this manually. It's all a bit of trial and error today. But this is what pops up. Can you see that?
Oh, good. Look, Maya.
So it takes you to where you go to get the product.
Lovely. That's great.
Yeah. So I'm going to stop that again. Go back to where I was, to the rest of the presentation. There we go. Can we see the presentation again?
We can see it.
So guys, this is, again, maybe you've got Euro pillows, you know, or Euro pillowcases in white, then you don't have to buy these. But there's a whole lot of different things here. There's bedding, 300 thread count sheets, which is, you know, you don't want to go under 250 because they feel like sandpaper.
No, they do.
Has kind of gone through all this stuff for Maya, so she feels comfortable. Again, guys, if you've got white sheets and you're good with all that, you don't have to buy this, but it's kind of assuming that you're starting from scratch. Pillowcases, that's the Maple Haze cotton cushion. You don't like the dust and storm cushion, Maya, so you could easily change that out for something else, which is just maybe a linen. And I'd be happy to send you one more option for that. Put a throw in there at the end of the bed. That'd be lovely. Have a look at the lamps. I actually like the chrome base, and then I like the gold with this brass insert. It's just a mix and mash. People are mixing metals at the moment. I just thought it would be a nice idea for the bedside. See what you think, Maya. If you don't like any of this, you can go, you know, more streamlined. You could do a white shade if you wanted to be really super sophisticated without any bling. If you don't like the gold, there's the frames. They're the frames above the bed, which again, maybe put in some black and white, nice pictures of you and your friends or whatever you like. You can search for stuff online and download it, and just they're not very big, these sizes that you need. They're like that big.
Sure.
So you can literally do that and have fun with it. There's even some paint there if you did want to paint those crosses and circles. Maybe not. That's called a Philippe Stark Ghost armchair. They're those two lightweight chairs. Does Maya like those?
She does. You like the chairs, Maya? So she's putting the dog out.
Oh, she's putting the dog out.
Yeah, because he's being a nuisance.
No problem.
You like the chairs?
Yeah, I really like them.
She really likes them. Cool. Yeah, she likes them.
Okay, so this is all here. So you got the trees, you got the frames, you got the lampshade, you've got the cord set you need for the lampshade. There is the stool in there, and you probably only use that stool if you're going to keep the chairs maybe and move the table out, or you could have that stool in there and just move it around. You know, you could just have it as extra seating for friends if they're in there, and it's kind of fun and funky and cool. And then there's a round grey rug, which is there, 130 centimetres, which you can use under that day bed if you like the day bed option. Now, this comes to about $2,104.75 in what we've done so far. If you liked the other idea, though, of I know you've got to get a new desk, sorry, Marjorie, but hopefully the expense of that is not going to be too high if you go to IKEA.
That's fine.
This all gives you, these are, if you want a 2-seat sofa, that's where you get it. That's the price. Here's some other cushions that were on the 2-seater. There's the prices there. And then if you preferred the washed pendant, which you don't anyway, you don't have to worry about this anyway, Maya, because you prefer the ones from IKEA. There's the options there. So that gives you all, tells you where to go for all this stuff. And then just to kind of finish off, I've given you some helpful hints. If you're hiring any trades, you know, you should always check their insurances. I've given you some information specific to this. Set up a timeline. You know, what we do as designers is we set up timelines, and the thing that takes the longest to order in, we schedule our install for that date, and then we try and do it all in one go. So these are some of the things you can take away as sort of helpful hints. I'll leave that with you. Some contractor information. If you do need a painter or a picture hanger, electrician, you can put their information in there. Then I've given you a couple of other pages, so you can go and get this printed up at Officeworks and you just have it as a book. There's some other packages of mine, and then end of the presentation.
Fantastic.
So there you go. So that is our bedroom presentation.
Wow, fantastic.
So
well done.
Thank you, guys. I think you like parts of it. I think we didn't quite nail everything. But overall, Maya, if we change some pillows out and do a couple of things there, what are you thinking?
It'll be better.
It'll be better. Cool. Okay. Maybe no painting of those crosses and circles. Okay. So Marjorie, actually, and
Yes.
Maya, let me send you a couple of alternate cushion suggestions. Then I'm going to hand it over to you. And as I was saying, you guys can reach out to me in the next 30 days about any of it. And I'm happy to jump on and do a quick chat about it if you need any help. If you get stuck with the stripes and you do want to do that, might need to just modify the sizes.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm finding if I'm doing it myself. However, if I find a trader, a painter to do it, it'll be fantastic during this time. But definitely, if not, I'd have to discuss with her doing one colour. So it's just I know my stripes. It won't be going all on. So
you need a leveling. You need a leveler, and you need the blue tape. But you know, another thing, as I was saying, Marjorie,
that's the only one.
The blue would be better. The blue would be better and a lot fresher if you can do one stripe of white. I know it sounds a bit out there, but if you have one stripe of white that's quite substantial, you could actually, and maybe we can talk about that offline. You have a place where you could put, it's like a running sort of line where those pictures overlapping over that white stripe will make the room look so much better than just painting it all blue. Maybe it's just the one stripe and it's quite thick, but have a think about that because it will look incredible.
Okay, no, definitely. I mean, it looks wonderful. It's just trying to do it myself. That's the only thing is a challenge for me, is trying to do the painting. Well, we'll start on it.
Well, sometimes we have other people we can call on, family or whatever, that can help out. But have a think about it. If it's just yourself, look, painting it blue will give it a bit of a lift. Definitely that lovely blue from Dulux. And then, have a think about the white. One stripe in white might work. You might need to get a bit of assistance if you can't level it out yourself. But I hope you've enjoyed the ideas anyway.
We have. Thank you so much for giving us a good start, because definitely there's very good ideas, especially all the frames and gave me some ideas to not put real plants. Maybe it is a good idea for a young, because they probably will from her point. But yes, so she's very excited to start. We're going to sit down now and think about your options, and then we're going to start clicking on this week to all what we want to. No, not today. We'll have to sit down and discuss it. Well, we definitely will be doing her room, and then in time we'll be contacting you. With your guidance, of course, to see what we're doing all correctly. And we shouldn't have any problem. We do have friends who are in the design and building industries. Just at the moment, I know they're all quite busy of what's happening, and not a lot of people actually want to come into people's houses. So it is a bit of a challenge at this time, but we want to work on the time frame to say, obviously as soon as the goods are all delivered, we want to, basically go straight into the room. So we really need to do, I think, first of all, is to paint the room. So that's the first step. And then obviously ordering them as soon as it's all dried, and then putting them in. Because you don't want to order them and then you just have to leave them all around leave them all around the house. So I think the painting would be the first thing that we'd want to do.
So if you want to, this is what you would do, and there's guidelines in the notes. So I'm going to send you the PDF.
Yes.
So have a read through the PDF, Marjorie, because it gives you an idea of the timeline in the helpful hints section.
And to help you, yes.
So what I've pointed out is, if with the lighting, the only change to anything, it would mean you'd need an electrician, electrical wise. So you would do that first. And then after the electrician's done whatever he's done, because he might do a little bit of damage to the ceiling, understandably, then you would have it, when you do the painting, they would touch up the area around where they've done the lights, and then they would paint the rest of the room if you have a painter. That would be the process. And then you just order the thing that takes the longest with the furniture.
Yes.
Whatever it is, even if it's a table, you just schedule everything out and just try and get it done in the same week.
Okay, of course. Oh, that's fantastic. Thanks so much, Adam. You've been fantastic. And
thank you, Adam.
Thank you. My pleasure.
We've got a good project to do.
Yeah.
And we're really excited. We are.
Okay, great. I'm going to send you the PDF because you need that. That's like your template.
We'll print. Yeah, we'll print it out. We've got a good printer upstairs, so we'll do that.
Oh, beautiful. Okay. Lovely. And just to Marjorie, you know, you probably will be able to get an electrician or a painter because remember these guys are still wanting to circulate and get out there. And with, you know, as long as we have the social, not social, we keep saying social, but that distancing that we need with the 1.5 meters and some people are wearing masks, you know, you should be fine as long as you're not having, you know, 10 people in at a time. Electrician or painter, they would be gracious to come in and, you know, help.
I hope so.
Yeah, people are working. So they're still working and they're getting out there as they need to and taking precautions.
Well, that's great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ladies. Thanks for jumping on.
I'm going to print it on and print it.
Bye, Maya.
So bye.
Bye, Marjorie. Thank you so much. Thanks for going live. See you later.
Bye. Bye.